Mattie McGrath.
Gorma had got Concord. I had how to follow that around doing a carry in the capital of hospitality in Killarney. But Minister, and I was here for the Minister's speech, so I welcome this piece of legislation. I welcome the fact that the research, innovation, science is going to be upgraded and amalgamated, and a new, hopefully fit for purpose, dynamic, modern, outward-looking indeed, and a wide encompassing agency that will stimulate and will bring out the best in our young people. Also have a young people educated in many skills and many areas, and that entrepreneurs or investors from abroad will say, I want to come here. And with the rollout of the universities to the rural areas and our campus in Clonmel under Limerick, I want to remember going back in the VEC decades ago now when John Slattery and others were visionaries there, and Luke Murtagh in North Tipperary, and got that campus going, Thurles and Clonmel, the TRBDI, but it's now evolved onto being a university campus, and we welcome that in Clonmel, and I welcome the investment as well, because it makes it easier on families, especially with the housing crisis and the cost of renting and the lack of rural transport, to do those many courses in their hometowns and home areas and in rural Ireland as well. As I said, we need to recalibrate the system, because our system went away from, and the late Liam Simpson, who was a visionary really, a good friend of mine in Tipperary, was always on to me because he was from Mochran na Fermor and Mochran na Tuatha, and he was Montour, Ontog VA. He often called me in and said, look, we have to get back to, he started off with domestic science and indeed with bringing in the young farmers into the VEC school in Care, and others with him, and got up and got people educated and got him into different courses for farming, but not only for farming, but also for many other wide-ranging trades. So we have to go back to the trades. And I'm so glad now that we have the Ultrasound Centre in Thurles under the auspices of Tipperary ETB. And I've been in there a number of times, and it's fabulous to see it, and that's what we need. It's a training centre there, everything from catering, whether dressing and undressing the beds and making the rooms, right up along to chefs and to that area and management. From driving a bulldozer to operating, a van. And everything in between. It's an amazing complex. Plumbers, electricians, you name all the different trades. And it's great to see females involved in some of those trades now as well, because the country is crying out for them. Even for our building industry, I saw lately the Construction Industry Federation have stated that they could ramp up the housing to 50,000 a year from the projected 33. But the problem will be the skills. And I'm talking about the skills for the men in the shovel, but also the block layers, as Deputy O'Donoghue was telling us from behind here, and indeed plasterers, the carpenters, the chippies, you name them, electricians, plumbers, roofers, you name them all. And the electronic components now of those issues that are made. I have the train yesterday coming up with a young man who's working with a great company that are based in Care, and they make steel-framed houses. And the technology is just, they're from your constituency, Minister, from Kilbenny. They're very successful, but they gave nearly 3 years trying to get the ISO brand here in Ireland, where they got it in England in 6 months. There's too much red tape here about these issues. We have young people with vision, with passion, and with courage to make investments. And some of them, as both deputies said, mightn't be third level or really second level education. So they're great people, but they can't be smothered with red tape. And Minister, you're there proclaiming now about all the great government here, with the minimum wage increase, with sick pay increase to 5 days for employers, with the 5 extra days for domestic violence issues, and with the more extra bank holidays. It's all paid nonsense, because it's killing the employers. As an employer myself, I know it full well. Most employers, want to look after their workers, and do, and there's a good relationship, but all these regulations, and peppers of people going around with folders in enforcing this and enforcing that. We've become an army, a bloody battalion of enforcers going around with stuff under the racks, telling people what they can't do. Instead of being out there now, especially in the crisis that we have, of supporting people, arrogant than those people, and supporting them. And I mean that from revenue and everybody else, with the waiters and the tax, now they've gone very aggressive about it. We're at a very volatile stage in our economy. Many businesses are closing gawk law, they're closing and they're under severe pressure. So we need to have our agencies, I hope this new agency will be, as what it says in the wording, will have the spirit and the vision, but it will also be encouraging the employers that are there, where they're struggling and where they will be able to innovate and do take up new technologies and all. But we must cut off the heavy hand of the law that's weight us down uphill with bureaucracy is enormous. And as I said, I'm not anti-minimum wage, but everybody in positions now want to increase retrospectively with that as well. So it's a knock-on issue, and the bank holidays, extra one coming up without fail or breed. I love St. Bridget's Day, but it didn't need a bank holiday because extra bank holidays are putting more pressure on existing companies, big and small, but small especially. So, good.
Thank you.